Hello everyone, thank you for watching Wasabi Aquarium channel. Today I'll be explaining about how to get rid of algae with living creatures. Algae is one of the most big problems that occur when having a planet aquarium. We receive many questions about algae from our customers. This video gives information for those who just started a planet aquarium but struggles with algae. For those who are recently having problems related to algae. Or for those who approach to get rid of the algae but fail to remove it. We will provide useful tips for these people. So we will be happy if you watch till the end of this video. In our store, we have various types of aquariums, and we ought to face problems related to algae. However, there are appropriate methods or solutions to deal with this issue. By knowing how to face algae, we succeeded in removing algae several times. We have the knowledge to reduce algae effectively, and we have the experience. I'm sure that we will provide a trustworthy information, so I'll be happy if you would watch till the end. About the methods of handling algae. Before I explain the actual techniques, I will talk about 4 things to know about algae. We have explained these 4 things in details in our previous video about a series of algae. If you want to know the details, please watch our previous videos. Today I'll be talking the 4 basic points. First, about the external causes, which is mostly the filters. If you have the right equipment for your aquarium or not. Second, about the amount of plants. If you have the appropriate amount of plants in the aquarium, the lesser plants you have, the more chances you'll have getting algae. Third, the frequency of changing the water, which you have to do regularly. And fourth, about the lights. If the lights are on appropriately. We recommend that you light your plants about 6 to 8 hours a day. These are the basic points to be aware of before considering to have creatures clearing your aquarium. This video is for those who have tried the 4 points but still have algae. If you're conducting the 4 points and yet have algae, you should think of having creatures that remove algae. Please check if you have the appropriate creatures. There are 3 creatures you must have in order to remove algae. Amano shrimp, dwarf sucker, and Crossaceus siamese. You must have these 3 creatures in your aquarium. Especially Amano shrimp is the most important creature to have to remove algae. This creature removes most types of algae, except for the hard types. However, they are weak towards pesticides that are on the plants when first purchased. Moving on to dwarf suckers. This creature is effective for the algae that appears first when you have your aquarium. This creature likes algae that are not too hard. You can count on these creatures to maintain your aquarium, especially your plants, clean. About the siamese. This is like a fish version of Amano shrimp. This creature removes all types of algae, so they are very countable. They also remove hard algae that are on corals, something the shrimps are not good with. This creature eats hard algae that the shrimps struggle to eat with. This creature will eat the algae that shrimps can't eat up, so they are reliable for algae. However, the cons are the size that grows too big. So I recommend you to have an individual that is the smallest one you can find, so that the fish doesn't get too outstanding in your aquarium. As I have explained, the features and the benefits differ from each creature. These three creatures have different specialities, different favors, and have different ways of eating algae. So we recommend you to have all three creatures in your aquarium, not just the shrimp, sucker dwarf, or the Siamese, but all three creatures at the same time, and you will have a 3 times stronger effect on removing algae. Having this in mind will make removing algae much easier. So instead of having just one creature, I recommend you to have all three creatures at the same time like a team. We have tested by having 1 or 3 creatures in the aquarium and had obvious results that the aquarium with 3 creatures was much cleaner. We strongly advise you to have 3 creatures in your aquarium. Next, I will explain about the ecosystem. We receive many questions about failures after having 3 creatures but still have algae. We receive these questions from both beginners and intermediates. There are mostly 2 causes for this issue. First, about the amount of creatures in the aquarium. Second, about the water quality decreasing. These 2 points frequently become a problem. First, about the amount of creatures. If you have a 60 cm regular size aquarium, which is proper type, the required number of creatures is about 15 on average. However, the minimum number differs from your aquarium's status. If you have an aquarium that needs lesser treatment, 10 shrimps is enough. However, if your aquarium gets filthy in the short term, you should have at least 20 shrimps. So the average required creatures is about 15. Even so, you will have some algae. The important thing to remember is that just by having 15 will not solve the problem. Shrimps frequently jump out of the aquarium, or they die a lot by accidents or diseases. So you will end up having lesser shrimps after a month. You might have experienced these kind of decreases of creatures. If you have just started your aquarium, I recommend you to have at least 20 shrimps. That will help you even when your shrimps die by accidents. You will still have enough shrimps for your aquarium to be clean. If it is your first time having creatures to your aquarium, having 3 to 5 shrimps in addition is good as well. About the dwarf sucker. 3 dwarfs is good enough for your aquariums in order to remove algae. And of course you can have more dwarfs like 5. However, keep in mind that when you have too many, they will eat up all the algae in the aquariums, and they will have no food to eat and eventually die to death. 3 dwarfs is enough for your aquarium. If you have an aquarium without having too much algae, 2 dwarfs is good enough. Finally, about the Siameses. This fish has many benefits. They eat up all sorts of algae. We recently had a very filthy aquarium full of algae, but the Siamese solved the problem. This fish is crucial for your aquarium. However, as I said, they grow too big, so you should only have 1 or 2 of this fish in your aquarium. Of course, if you have a bigger aquarium, you can have 3 to 5. But if your aquarium is not too big and not too filthy, 2 Siameses are good enough. These are the must-have creatures to have for your aquarium. The second point that people struggle after having creatures is about the water quality. Even if you have all these 3 creatures, your shrimps might end up dying a lot or be staying in the same spot for a long while. Or your Siamese don't move, or your dwarf suckers might die. These things happen because of the water quality. The causes usually attributes to filters, furthermore bacteria. If the water quality is too low, no changes will happen even if you have creatures. You will have more problems with excursions. If you have this problem, you should improve with your water. This is a different issue, so please watch our previous videos of maintaining clean water. We have pasted a link below, so please refer to the video. In this video, I have explained about creatures that remove algae. However, the important point is that the total balance is significant to maintain your planet aquarium clean. I explained about the creatures that remove algae, but I'm not saying that just by having these creatures will solve all your algae issues. The equipment, your plants that you are growing, your management, changing water, and the creatures that are in the aquarium that remove algae. You have to be aware of all these points, not just a few points, but all of the points at the same time. When you are aware of these points, you will have a nice and clean aquarium without algae. Please make sure that you do all these points appropriately in order to have a clean aquarium. We will be happy if we give you any information. Another point to be aware of is prevention. It is too late to prepare filters or creatures after your aquarium gets filthy. This will take time to solve your problems. So please have the equipments or creatures when you first start your aquarium. Do this to prevent your aquarium from getting filthy. Please have this in mind before algae appears in your aquarium. that is all for today. If you have any more questions, please write on the comments below. If we see questions that are frequently asked, we are willing to answer your questions via our video. Please be aware that we won't be able to answer your questions individually. If you like this video, please like and comment and subscribe our channel for more information. Thank you for watching and see you soon.